What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today is a little different. We're right into driving down the road here, and as you can see, I got a truck in front of me. Well, everything unfolds here as I pull into the Flying J to fuel up. I question the guy and about his driving and brake checking me, and as you will see in this little video and the videos, um, well, I say videos because it's clips for me, but for you, it's going to be one whole video. But, anyways, you're going to see it all unfold here. So, we're going to go through me catching up to them, and basically, where this starts is where I caught up to them. And we're going through the area. And keeping my distance, but a couple times there, he kind of brake checks me. Um, and you'll see his lights come on and everything. He almost goes off the road one time. And I just, when I was fueling, he knew what he did because he didn't want to get out of the truck at first, right? He was kind of, pretending like he was doing something in the truck. But I fueled up my truck, and then when he finally did get out, I questioned him. I just, I asked him. I said, what was the purpose behind you brake checking me and, you know, swerving on the road? And he said, "Oh, I didn't brake check you and this and that." And I said, "Look, man, if you can't drive a truck, you shouldn't be driving it." And then he goes on to say that I was trash because he was telling me I belong in the garbage can that was there beside him. Um, he was East Indian. He couldn't speak much English, so that was his way of doing it. So I basically told him that, yeah, I might belong in the trash, but maybe you shouldn't belong behind the wheel of a truck. When you put people's lives at risk and you drive like a jack, that's not the place you belong. I said, why don't you go back to your country and try that, right? Because over there, I'm sure in his country, it'd be worse, There'd be consequences over there, I would imagine, because it's a war zone, right? Um, and maybe it's not a war zone. I don't know exactly where he's from, but, you know, you wouldn't, you shouldn't do that to anybody. But, you know, the fact that he was doing it and I was just like, yeah. So, and as I'm watching this, guys, I can't see the full screen. I'm seeing only a little bit because I'm doing all the editing and it's hard to see it full out. But you'll see him put on the brakes a couple times. You'll see him. He goes off over the white line, almost into the ditch, and then comes back and brakes again. Most of the time I don't get to question these people because they keep going, or I pass them or whatever. I don't stay with them, and you know, see, like right there, that was I think that was one there where I got closer to him. I don't know. He started slowing down or something, or maybe I was just getting too close to him. I don't know. Or yeah, that's what it was. He slowed right down. There was no one in front of him, and he slowed right down. So as you can see, I'll start looking to see like why is he slowing down, and what's the issue now, and it's hard to see in front because of where I got my dash cam mounted, but as you can see, I went over there a little bit and I looked in front, and there was nobody there, but I couldn't pass because it was a solid line. And this was a construction zone area too, because they're doing all the new work there in Thunder Bay as you're heading to Nipigon or Nipigon, whatever you want to call it. Um, they're making it a divided highway, so they're doing all kinds of construction there. But then he speeds up again, and I was like, okay, good enough, because the way I drive is I'll keep my distance a certain distance, and I'll keep my pace the same as theirs. So if they slow down, well, then, I got to slow down. It's just normal driving. So then he's going good there now, and now that he's farther ahead of me, you can see that there's nobody there, right? So, and I believe we're coming up here to where he kind of swerves off the road and then brake checks me again. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is. I mean, like I said, everything happened so, it was so quick, and then I get to the gas station, and it's like, okay, so let's uh let's move a little farther on here to where we pull into the gas station. So as you can see, we're coming up here, and you'll see where he starts putting on his brakes, and just basically slowing down again. Because we were going at a perfectly good pace, and then all of a sudden he starts slowing down again, and I just, it's like, what are you doing? Like, just go. Like, they put cruise control in the vehicle for a reason. Maybe you could use it, and we could get through it, and you know, see him. His brake lights are coming on there, and he keeps doing it right. And taking the mind, I there's nobody in front of him. There's nobody in front of him. The other truck that was in front of him, he's far ahead of him, like long gone. So it's just him, and I don't know why. Like, I don't know why they do this. I really don't. Like, and it's a constant thing. Like when I'm driving the truck, I don't bother with the person behind me. There's a reason why they're behind me, not in front of me, right? Like I just go down the road. I got a job to do, and I know what I got to do. There's no need of these games they play on these highways. And in my last video, if you look, we had an issue. Same thing, right? Buddy was doing the same thing, wouldn't allow me to pass, and I ended up having to call the cops. And this is not like once in a while going down through Ontario. This is every time I go down through Ontario. Every time. Every time I come back through Ontario, it happens. Right? It's like a constant thing. That's why I went and I got the GoPro, or not the GoPro, the dash cam installed in the truck, because that way I could prove what is going on and what isn't going on. And that's how this is working. Like, we're dealing with this all the time. And like I told them on the phone when I called the last time to the 911, they needed to do something about this. They need to, this should be a major thing, because someone's going to end up dead. And you know what they told me? They told me that someone just died in Hearst, Ontario last week because of something like this. And this is what I'm talking about. They need to correct this. If this is what's going to be going on, they need to, those people that are doing this should be held to the highest, right? Like, reckless endangerment is what their charge should be. There's an automatic 6 demerits, and uh, I think it's 24-hour license suspension, right? Maybe if you do that to them, they probably wouldn't do this on the highway anymore, right? Like, because you don't want to lose your license for 24 hours. That means you're sitting on the side of the highway in your truck for 24 hours and you can't move. And if you're caught moving, then, you know, a big violation as a tractor trailer driver. So, anyways, you can see how when I pulled in there, he automatically put on his brakes and stopped in the middle of the parking lot instead of pulling up into the stall where he was going to fuel, because there was a spot for me and I had to go around him, kind of deal, instead of just going up alongside him. Um, But anyways, here's where you're gonna see it all unfold. So basically, I walk in front of my truck and I say I had the dash cam there that showed everything he did, and then he starts going on, and what happens is this guy watches it unfold. He's there and he sees that, you know, and you can watch him react to it. He's like, see, and then here you can see that basically he's kicking me, he's swinging at me, right, and that's where I hit him, and that it kind of stops him. He sees he's you know at that point he knew that I was gonna hurt him. Not that I bragging or nothing, but and then they all stepped in and um, yeah, it just unfolded so quick, and all I was doing was basically you know trying to question him about his driving and why he had to do this driving he was doing. And the guy in the orange is like, yeah, no, just don't worry about it, man. Like everybody's seen what happened, and this. I don't know what Canada has become, but it's it's not Canada no more. Like it's I don't know. I feel like it's becoming something different, and driving isn't like it used to be, where you go down the road and you just people would drive the normal speed, you would drive your speed, and if you pass someone, you pass them. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.